So what's going on, Raider Nation? And welcome back to another live episode of the Raider Critique, even though it doesn't look like there's many people in the chat this evening. This is a very, very late start for me. I've been going through quite a few issues, but I figured that I would come on over here and we would talk a little bit more about this coaching regime and also the free agency moves that we have made thus far. Right here, March 26th, 2022, as our beloved Raiders have made more moves to solidify this team and the holes that it left with everybody leaving. Now, the most notable that has happened, Raider Nation, is, well, looks like we signed a familiar face. A familiar face from a foe of a guy who used to rip us for many yards down the field. That's right. We got our potential number 2 wide receiver in DeMarcus Robinson. Wide receiver from the Chiefs. Now, he majority played the slot when he played with the Chiefs. He was like the 3 or 4 guy in that massive offense that they ran over there in Kansas City. And this guy would burn us for chunks and chunks and chunks of yards. Well, now he's on our team. And we've got a lot of issues when it comes to the wide receiver, at least the number 2 spot. We still have Tyrod Johnson, but now we have solidified ourselves with more depth with DeMarcus Robinson. Now, I'm going to shoot on over to like the desktop to where you guys can see his stats for when he played with the Chiefs. As long as I can get it to come up here. Yeah, I can get it to come up. Going right on through over here. And we move on over here and we look, his best season was 2020 with 45 receptions, 466 yards at a 10.4 yard per game, yard per average on, yard per catch. His longest was 28, 3 touchdowns. Now, he's averaging anywhere, he came into the league about 2016. 2017, he didn't have a touchdown, but after that, he's been averaging roughly in between 3 and 4 touchdowns per game. Now, his total yards in his career, it's 145 receptions for 1,679 yards, an average of 11.6 per catch. His long is 89, which wouldn't surprise me if that was against us. And then, of course, he's had 14 touchdowns total. So, we go over to that, and at least you're able to see that right there. Pop that right back on over here. So, this actually isn't a bad addition. He's actually a really good wide receiver. And in the right scheme, with the right quarterback, he could be the right fit and be a legitimate number 2. Now, we also went and got another safety. And this man, his name is Deron Harmon. He's a veteran in the league. As you can see, he played for the Patriots. He also played for the Falcons. And I do believe that this guy is brought in here for veteran leadership, because we definitely need veteran leadership when it comes to the secondary. We've still got Morig back there. We've also got Jonathan Abram. Divine Diablo, unless we move him up. We definitely needed some depth and some veteran leadership back there in the secondary. So signing this guy with him being a Patriot in the past really doesn't surprise me. I'm sure you've heard a lot of YouTubers say the same thing. I think the guy was signed for depth. A lot of people might believe that he's coming in to fill the starting role for Jonathan Abram. I feel that if that does happen, and he does end up starting for this team, Jonathan Abrams should be moved up into the box with all the linebackers that we have picked up this year. Now, I'm going to click on over here because we did pick up another linebacker, and his name is Jayon Brown. He has been in the league roughly about 4 or 5 years. He's been playing with the Tennessee Titans, and he's, from what I can tell from every Tennessee fan that I've talked to, they love this guy. So this was also a great signing by this front office. He joins a linebacker room already with Denzel Perryman, and we've got a few others on here that were added to that linebacker room. So he joins the linebacker room with Denzel Perryman, Malcolm Kuntz, and of course the new additions, Kyler Fackrell, Micah Kiser, and then of course we still have either Divine Diablo on who we're going to play at linebacker there, and I'm sure that there's a few others that I'm probably not mentioning, But in all aspects, these are all the moves that we've made thus far as of March 26th, 2022. We picked up a backup quarterback after losing Marcus Mariota to the Falcons. Marcus Mariota is going to actually get an opportunity with the Falcons that he was not going to get here, and that's to be able to start. So Marcus Mariota moves on. And kudos to Marcus Mariota. I enjoyed having him as a Raider. It was a good insurance policy for Derek Carr. For him to be sitting behind Derek Carr and for everything he did for this team. I salute you, Marcus Mariota, and I wish you luck in your future endeavors in Atlanta, Georgia. But now we've got Garrett Gilbert. I don't understand this move at all. I don't understand why we picked up Garrett Gilbert as a backup. I'm hoping that he's just going to be some camp arm, because that's really honestly all he should ever have been. I mean, if we were just going to pick up a camp arm, why didn't we just keep Nathan Penisman? Then we picked up Micah Kiser. He's a linebacker. And the guy is a special teams extraordinaire. So he joins that linebacker room. We also picked up Kyler Fackrell. And then we picked up 2 defensive tackles. One in Vernon Butler and the other one in Kyle Pecco. And Kyle Pecco, I believe, is going to have an opportunity to start on this defensive line. They're both very familiar with the 3-4 defense, so I see them as good rotational pieces with one another as long as they make the team to solidify that defensive line. Now, we also got another tight end in Jacob Hollister. I don't know much about Mr. Hollister. I'm probably, under speculation that if this was me just thinking about it, this is probably the replacement for Derek Carrier, who was our 3rd string tight end. So, anyway, this is this free agency episode. I just wanted to keep everybody up to date about the free agent moves that we've made. There's really no telling on it whether half of these guys are even going to make the team. We don't know. I don't know if Garrett Gilbert even gets outside of the practice squad. I do believe that even with the additions of DeMarcus Robinson, there's still a possibility that we go into the draft trying to get a wide receiver, even though we do not have a first or a second round pick this year. Now, I did want to share with everybody that everybody knows that Mikey Raider has done come back to YouTube. And Mikey Raider is going to be hosting a Raiders Roundtable soon. So if you have not subscribed to his channel yet, please. He's got 1.2 and a half. I think it's 1.2.5K subscribers right now. So if any of you are not subscribers to his channel, please go to his channel and subscribe and look forward to the roundtables he's going to be hosting. Now, I don't have any dates on when these roundtables are going to happen, and it's due to Mikey's health. It's basically whenever he feels up to it. But I can tell you that it would probably majority be on the weekend. I mean, that's my assumption. So just be on the lookout for that. And I did want to advertise for that because as soon as these roundtables start hitting, your boy, The Critique, is going to be on those roundtables, man. So stay tuned for those. And, I mean, for real, what else do we got to do, man? Mikey's done come back. This team's looking great. This coaching regime is doing an excellent job in filling the gaps and filling the holes of what was left behind during free agency with people like Zay Jones and, Kwiatkowski being released. And the way that we've done really well with the front office. We've done really good. And it's a great sight to see that this is what we're doing now. I mean, I can't wait until the draft. It's going to be a wonderful time. And even though that we don't have a pick until the third round, we may be able to move up. Now, I've heard a lot of people sit there and talk about this new guy, Harmon, coming on the team, and that basically makes it to where Jonathan Abram is going to be expendable. Now, I really don't see that happening, y'all. Jonathan Abram's not going to leave this team. If anything, I think they're going to push him up into a linebacking position, putting him as a part of that linebacker's room. Him and Divine Diablo, man, they're both probably going to play linebacker, or they're going to have, one of them's going to be a backup strong safety. I've got this funny feeling that's how we're going to do it, Raider Nation, and I'm liking what I'm seeing because we've got enough people now. We've got enough people to run that hybrid nickel defense, and I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, I do appreciate all of you for stopping by. Yeah, there wasn't anybody live tonight. I did wait until very late to get this done. I've been having all kinds of technical issues when it comes to my computer. For some reason, the program's really, really, really messing up, and it's making me sound like robotic, down real low. I think it has something to do with some updating for the audio that I'm having issues with. But I was able to get it to work, as you can tell. So I was able to come in and drop this video just to keep everybody up to date. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new here for more Las Vegas Raiders content. And go subscribe to the OG, man, Mikey Raider at Raiders Central on YouTube. Now, if you don't know who that is, I can go ahead and I can switch it back on over here. The URL is right here. It will also be in the description of this video below. Check out Mikey Raiders Roundtables, man, right there on Raiders Central, right here on YouTube. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. It's gotten real late down here. It's, Sunday. It's early Sunday morning, Saturday night. I got a lot to do in the morning. But hey, just want to tell everybody, it's great to be a Raider. It's going to be a wonderful season. Don't forget, man, just get out there and support all your Raiders YouTubers, man, and your content providers, and be on the lookout for more content coming from the draft. Also, I've been wanting to tell everybody, I'm actually waiting for my patches to come in, but I've got more of these Raider coins that have luckily been manufactured. I've got a really big shipment getting ready to come in. So I'm going to have some really good ideas on how I can get some of these awesome ass Raider Challenge coins. So anyway, I'm going to bunk on out of here, man. You guys have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful Sunday. Stay safe, man. Love your families. And always It's Raider Nation for life.